Everyone.
Good morning.
How we are doing this morning?
Good.
You are doing things. I love that. I love that. All right, this morning we'll be discussing conflict resolution and mediation. Can I ask a question? Have you ever gotten into an argument or a conflict with somebody? Faith?
Yes.
So can you tell us about it? How did it start? How did you end it?
Okay. Is it like general?
General. Or you can just pick an example, either from home, from anywhere.
Okay. All right. So let me just let me just go back to. Well, I don't. Okay. Firstly, I'm a very emotional person. Sometimes I don't even like. It's not like from the place of hate or from the place of hate from the person. Although maybe when I'm making my point, and maybe the person is not seeing it the way I'm seeing it, then I get to feel up, not understanding the fact that not my opinions are not always no, doesn't mean it should be always right. So I think that is for me, and my experience is actually so
I'm
after
going to be my assistant
afterwards,
photographer.
after
So put
after
it
the
to her and be
arguments and
covering
all,
it.
and also I'm not a person to that keep grudges and keep grudges also. So probably after the whole argument and all, give it probably 2 hours, 3 hours. It has I've let go of everything. Probably I might see the person, apologize to the person that okay, I'm sorry for the way I spoke to you. I know I'm wrong. Sometimes I will just let go and probably will just start talking again. But aside that, I don't like keeping grudges and probably say giving it 2 weeks or 3 weeks or even a day passes that I don't talk to the person back. But it's not actually a good experience because it makes you feel a kind of guilt in your heart also, and you not get to start seeing the person passing, and you want to talk to the person, but just because you've had an argument with the person, you will not want to talk to the person, and sometimes you might not know what the person is going through at that moment. So that them just that in general. I don't pick a particular.
Okay, fantastic. Please, can you put our hands together for her, please? So I want to pick where she said you don't know what the person is going through. I was trying to get a video yesterday, but unfortunately I couldn't get one. Because a lot of us, we carry so much baggages, so much. We wake up in the morning, maybe as husband, your wife have said, oh, come and give me this money, and you said there's no money and all that, and with that anger, you're coming to work. Or sometimes you're not able to fulfill your task, to complete your tasks, and then your team lead is just harassing you and all that. And before you know it, you pass the frustration to another person. The person might not even know what you're going through. The person might not even know what has happened. But because you have passed it on to the person and the person hold it. Yesterday we were talking about what is it when we're talking about core value, trust size. And somebody said, when we talk about value, said, what you hold dear to your heart. So a lot of us, we find it very difficult when somebody disrespects us. And we hold it and say, oh, that person, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Conflicts without you knowing what the person is going through. So what's the objective of our training this morning? Identify the causes of conflict in workplace-based relationships. Number 2, understand the positive and negative roles of conflicts. Understand the difference between conflict management and resolution. Understand the various conflict management styles and role of mediation. So those are the things we're going to be looking at this morning. And it's going to be an interactive one. So please don't hold back your contribution, whatever. And so workplace conflict statistics from Indeed says 85% of employees experience some level of conflict in the workplace. Are we in agreement with that? No, let's talk. Are we in agreement with that?
Yes.
Because here is where you spend most of your time. If I see Adebayo outside, if I don't have any relationship with Adebayo, there's no way Adebayo will do something to me and I will just be getting angry. Sometimes you are driving, somebody hits your car, you just say, I beg, because you just wind up most times and just move on. Or because somebody, even in the car or in your bus, somebody hits you, just say, because of, I have where to go to, and just be moving. But because you are here, you are seeing the person now and then, and so the person will definitely step on your toes. All right, so 85% of employees experience some level of conflict in the workplace. Then what about healthcare? Healthcare professionals report the highest level of workplace conflicts, with 70% experiencing significant levels of stress and conflicts. Because some of them, because I have a lot of people that work in healthcare. I have one that have gone to work since yesterday, and she will not come back till Wednesday. So she's working under stress, everything, she's stressed up and all that, because they don't have workforce. So somebody will do something to them, then when I go to the hospital and they say, what do you want? The person will not just be shouting. I said, is that why I say you should? I said, go and collect your card now. Go and collect your card. It's not her fault or his fault. Conflict cost organization average of 54 billion per employee per year due to loss. Because somebody is angry and says, and resign out of anger and says, I'm going, and says, I'm not working here. And then maybe your productivity is now low because of what somebody has done to you in your department. Out of productivity, absenteeism, and turnover. Workers who perceive their workplace as uncivil are 3 times more likely to be unsatisfied with their job and 2 times more likely to leave their job within the next year. So when you come to work every day and the work is becoming toxic to you, the next thing you want to do is you want to start planning your exits. It says, I cannot come to this place again, please. My mental health, trust Gen Z. Any small thing, say my mental health. We are not even saying them here. My mental health is very, very important. Oh, this is it. You understand? Because of even small work that you give them, say my mental health. All right, so the next thing is understanding conflict. What do we understand by conflict? Perceive difference in interest or opinions. Just like what Faith said. What you had in your mind is different from what the person is even thinking of. You might pass one person this morning and the person did not greet you. You'll be wondering, is it what I said to her yesterday that's the reason she did not greet me? Is it what he did to me? That's the reason why he didn't. But the person is actually going through something. The person is not even thinking about you. The person's attention is even devoted to something else. But because of your opinion, you formed opinion about the person and you just take that and one says, that's why this person is acting this way to me. Antagonistic state or action. Because the person faced you yesterday and didn't agree with you, then you hold that to you and says, this is why this person is angry, or you now start having conflict with the person. Believe that current aspirations of conflicting parties cannot be simultaneously achieved. Let's go. Conflict is inevitable, but combat is optional. Who wants to give us an explanation to that? Oh, yeah, let's talk.
Combat is optional.
Combat, yes?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
combat is optional. It's inevitable. Combat is optional.
Explain it. What you
can choose to fight or not fight, or you can choose to be violent or not violent. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Because I've had a case where I got down from the vehicle and the conductor was like, I'm not paid. I'm like, okay, how do you say I'm not paid? She collected money from everybody. It's not like my voice was shaking. I'm not saying that, but I didn't want to not fight back because I was wearing a white.
Hey, and should not be stained.
He locked white shirts.
Wow. I hope you were not having any dates that day.
It was the grace of God that knows me.
It's very strong.
Tell him to be facing who is talking.
But I didn't fight. I just, it was later I now remember now.
And he now left you alone. So combat is option. And he left your shirt. I hope your shirt was not stained. And he spots your steez, right? The steez.
Remove.
All right. Any other person that wants to explain to us, conflict is inevitable, but combat is optional.
Yes, I think conflict is inevitable. That means you cannot actually control the time that conflict will happen. It could be somebody else that is trying to get you angry. But to now respond depends on you. So it's optional if you want to fight or you don't want to let go. So I feel that's the basic explanation for.
All right. Yes, Mr. Bidin.
conflict is inevitable means that for every our day-to-day activities, you cannot shy away from it. It is inherent part of the activity. But the best way to address it is that you just be calm and ensure that you do that.
Yes. Okay. Any other person that wants to talk?
Okay, so basically conflict, okay, in terms of let me use workplace as an example. Like as much as you relate with humans, there's no how you can't escape it. You can't, if someone must surely get to your next effect, you cannot escape it. And combat being optional is something. Combat, it does not really have to be violence, physical violence. You can combat someone with words. You can combat someone with words. So combat is optional in the sense that, okay, take for instance now, here in Casapena now. At times when someone will just come and just, say some things or do some things, that will really make you get angry. But in that particular scenario, you will choose not to reply that person with word, like what is the kind of sword, the kind of emotion that's, surmounting from within. You might want to say some things that might be detrimental to the person or not, but you just have to just keep it together and just choose not to respond.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, Adebayo. I saw your hands raised up. No. Let's hear you. No, give us another perspective from your own end. Yeah, he cannot say what you want to say.
No, Mario.
We will not move on until you speak. Please.
Okay, so the idea is that in workplace situations, and there are things that will trigger you almost every time. Yeah? So my idea is that you need to be diplomatic in every situation. So as not to that's the meaning of what you said. That combat is optional. So you can choose not to respond or react to what that person is saying at that point in time.
All right, fantastic. Thank you very much. Conflicts, okay.
So in this aspect, when you're saying combat is optional, so what about if the person, probably you guys are having an argument and the person hits you, slap you, so is it like an option for the other person to react, that is to either hit the person back or not? Because I feel that majority of us there might want to react at the same way the person has hit us. So is it that it takes, I want to know, is that it takes someone that has that level of, self-control to do that before you can now either choose to react or not?
Yeah.
In that case, this is optional too.
It is very optional. Optional. Yes. It is optional. I don't know. I think we've done emotional intelligence, right? Have we done that? We've not. Okay, maybe we will do that next. Emotional intelligence talks about you being able to control your emotions. You are in charge of your emotions. Despite, it's not saying you will not get angry. Emotional intelligence is not saying that somebody will not annoy you, you will not get angry within you. But the action you will take when you get angry is what we are talking about. What about if Jackson today hits you and Jackson did not fall, you did not fall. And because you want to retaliate, you decide to hit Jackson back. And in your retaliation, Jackson falls. Who are they going to hold? He's going to change. They're not going to say he was the one that hit you first. They're not even going to say self-defense if nobody is there. So you will not be explaining tire. Exactly. No evidence. Remember, there was one, because I love documentary a lot, and there was one documentary I was watching one time. I think I've said the story here. A footballer that they were playing the field, and somebody did like this to him. Right? And nobody saw that. The camera did not even carry that. I think the person punched him or something. I can't remember. Then he went and did something to that person. The camera carried that. And because he was the one that Nike sponsored, advertised on the billboard and everything, and that moment, they stripped him of all his glory. So you need to weigh your options. What am I going to lose? There's something I used to call when we are doing coaching, it says pause, 60 seconds. That 60 seconds is 1 minute. In that 60 seconds, you begin to think, what am I going to lose if I react to it? That means you are just calming down. When you count 1 to 10 or 1 to 100, you begin to think about what are those things that if I react with this person, what is going to happen to me? My children are at home. If I hit this guy now, and I go back home and tell them, mommy fought, am I laying an example? My grandmother is sick at home. I need money. If I do anything now, if they sack me, I need to pay for hospital bill. Will I get money immediately? So that 60 seconds, you are thinking of what is important to you. So is it important for me to fight or important for me to just hold on and just move back? That doesn't mean that you are a weakling. It just means that you are in control of your emotions and you are now the superhero. Either you like it or people might not clap for you at that moment. But when you sit back and look back, say, oh, thank God. And before, it's not going to be something that you do once and you master it. It's something you do constantly and you master your emotions. It's not easy. People are going to get at your nerves. People are going to step on your toes. People that are even bigger than in everything are going to step on your toes. They're going to abuse. They're going to do things to you. But in that moment, who is, there's this skit I used to watch. I think it's Portable and some other people. They're just like Portable going to abuse or going to beat, maybe who is it? Maybe Davido or something, and start abusing him. And I'm trying to see who will respond. Is Davido going to respond to him? Because he's more higher. He's going to lose more people if he responds to Portable like that. You understand? So you weigh your options. What am I going to lose if I do this? So conflict is inevitable. People are going to say something to you that is going to annoy you. It's going to, your team lead from home, from where you are entering bus to where you are. They're going to say some certain things to you. But what is optional is combat. Like Jackson said, either from the words of your mouth, because you can say something to some people. Words is even more powerful than when you even fight physically. You understand? So you just hold on to yourself. It's part of your values. You hold on. You hold on respect. You hold on my integrity. So if I fight now and people see me on the road, her Faith, I used to see her in video. She used to say something concerning Kasafina, and somebody just posted her video. Say, I saw one fine lady fighting. I know in today's world, you can pick a picture and just put it on Google, and Google will tell you about that person. You understand? And just say, is this lady that used to say something about Kasafina? See, she's the one fighting. So what do you want to? You understand? So the best way is just walk away or just we'll get to that. Just find a better way to address the matter with the person. So it's optional. I have an experience where I worked sometimes some years ago in 2000 or 2001, 2 employees, because they had something in mind for themselves. So the other person called another person through intercom, and the other, let me say A and B, employee A called employee B through intercom, and employee B did not hear what employee A said and dropped the intercom. Because they had something in their minds before, employee A stood up from her seat and went to employee B and says, you dropped phone on me. I didn't drop phone on you. I didn't hear what you said. And the next thing is they started arguing and it resulted into fights. In an office, it resulted into fights to the extent that they had to break bottles.
Break bottles?
Yeah, they had to break bottles. And then when everything was settled, everybody's eyes were now opened. Why did I do that? I didn't know. I didn't know what happened. But you could have, what made you to stand up from your seats? So go and meet that person and says, you dropped phone on me. And the person said, I didn't drop phone. You could have just walked away. But because you wanted to show your macho, I've been waiting for you since, whatever it is we are doing. You understand? And 2 of them were terminated. So the other person now was asking the HR and says, oh, you knew they were going to sack me, didn't you? And I said, I cannot tell you. Why did you fight? You understand? So it's optional. So anything people are going to do to you, think, and at the end of the day, my husband, why will I tell my husband that I thought that's your business? So you didn't think about that one before. before you were fighting in the office. You know? So it took her years because she needed to come back to that office to even also collect letter of reference. So what are they going to write? That she was terminated, she fought. So a lot of things are at stake when people, so that's that 60 seconds that you just pause. I call it 60-second pause. Pause and think, what am I doing? Yeah, it's not going to be, you're not going to find it funny. You will have it here. And you feel like I should punch this person. I should punch this person. What's this person doing to me? But that's 60 seconds. If not, that if not covers a lot of things. So you know your if nots. So that if not is what you think about. All right, so let's go. Advantages and disadvantages of conflict in the workplace. Yes, it has its own advantages, it has its own disadvantages. Let's look at the advantages. Encourages innovations. Why? How does it encourage innovations? Somebody wants to give us an idea. Conflicts encourages innovations. How does it encourage innovations? You see better ways to do things. I've fought with Timileyin. I have conflict with Timileyin, and Timileyin begins. Okay, let me give an example. We'll talk about. There was a situation that happened sometimes, and I think I sent a mail to Tokwe. Tokwe didn't understand the mail because sometimes I prefer to come to you to talk to you than me sending mail. If I then talk to you, I then go back and send a mail. So I sat on my seat, was saying, please, I did even do, as the thing was coming, do this, do this, do this. I'll just give you one word. And I love what Victory used to do. When I send the Victory, will just stand up for his seat. HR, I don't understand what you sent to. Can you explain to me? You understand? So Takpa in our old thing was, what is this? I don't understand that. What is it? You know, from when she came to me, I knew she was already boiling. But just calm down. So when she was not talking, I said, that's not what I meant though. What I meant is this. Let us have every month, happy new month, or let's do it this way, let's do it. And then she now understood what I said. You can imagine if from that, because I sent one line, and there was no command, there was no this thing. She just read everything together, and it's only God that knows what was happening to her. That maybe doctor was putting pressure on her. This lead, you have not performed, you have not done this one. And she read the message upside down. You know, and when she came here, now I said, this is what I meant for you to do. You know, so I think from that moment, she began to understand me and said, oh, it's not even about me, it's about me presenting this way. So it encourages innovation, it encourages you to understand the person more. You understand? So you understand that, okay, this is what this person wants, this is what this person doesn't want. Improves communication. Because by the time you fight with somebody, you have conflict with somebody, then the person tells, this is the way I love to be addressed. This is the way I love to be talked to. Okay, when you send me an email, please come to me, explain it to me. Or explain it to me. Don't even send an email. Call me, explain it to me. Tell me this is what you want. Then I will do it immediately. Improves the communication. Strengthens relationships. How does it strengthen relationship? Tokwe?
Conflict.
Yeah.
It makes you understand people's boundaries at the end of the day. So as much as possible, when you, let's say yourself and someone, you get into an argument or a disagreement on something, from that going forward, you understand how to approach people better, how to manage the situation better. So I'm sure that after the incident, people probably thought about it and said, maybe if I can do it better this way. But going forward, you learn that this is this person's boundary.
Yeah, fantastic. So you know that it strengthens relationship with that person, then you will not be able to have conflict again. You know that, oh, this is what I can be able to do this, but this is what this person can tolerate. This is what this person can take. You know, strengthens relationship, highlights values and expectations. So you now know that, oh, if I don't greet this person, if I don't put, I have one place I worked before, there's this woman. That was what I knew that Yoruba people, if you don't put auntie in your name, you will not get anything. And I had to learn it. In the office, you have to put auntie. That's what she values. That's her value. So we were having conflicts. We were having conflicts. This is an official environment. Why should I? And the conflict was going on. It was affecting jobs. Reduces productivity. Because anything I pass to her, she doesn't approve. You understand? So I had to learn. Auntie Obi, please, I have something on your table. And see this, I think even though when I don't need anything, and see, and then I got my way, everything I needed. So that's what she holds dear to herself. She needs that respect. She needs you to call her auntie. You understand? She was far, far, far older than us, but where we come from, it's first name. We call you Tolu, Tokpe, Abidin, that's first name. But she doesn't agree with that, your culture. Don't call me by my first name. I'm older than you. Please call me auntie. And everybody had to fall into line. Or else, expect, highlight values and expectations. What does it do when you have conflicts in the workplace? It reduces productivity. How does it reduce productivity? Like I said, somebody will not want to work. You will not get approval. Oh, it is Rahman that sent it to him. I beg, let it stay there. Rahman will call and says, oh, I sent something to you. Please check your email. I've not seen it. My email has not been working because you want to punish her because you're having conflict with her. That's the disadvantages of having conflict in the workplace. Increases stress. You wake up in the morning, oh, Jesus, I want to go and see Fatima today, God. She's going to say something to me that will make me to... You understand? You don't want to come to work because you are having conflict with her. Because she has told you you must make sales. Oh, who do I say? This person is going to talk me down today. This person is going to say something to me today that will make me not to want to come to work. Increases stress. Harms team's cohesion. When you talk down on people, when you have conflict with people, it makes them to... There's no collaboration. There is no collaboration. Everybody wants to... There's no teamwork. Everybody wants to do what they're like. Oh, you now begin to look for favorism. Okay. This is APC, right? This is my team lead. Then you go to your team lead. Tokpe said this. Tokpe said this. Because there's no collaboration. Everybody wants favor. You'll now be looking for how to spoil Tokpe, how to spoil Ibidin, how to spoil Rambat, because you want to. I said, God bless you. Give me 5. Give me 5. That's it. So that's what conflict does. And that is not what we want. It damages reputations too. Because when people now see you that this is what you do, and this is the way you react to people, it damages your reputation. Because they don't know you as someone that, she's always fighting. She's always quarreling in the office. And she doesn't understand anything. When we tell her something, she takes it personal. Whereas, which I've said several times, that when you come to the workplace, don't take things personal. It's all about the job. It's all about the job. Types of conflicts. Does anybody want to talk about this? Interest, values, leadership, personalities, and ethics. Let's have your view. Types of conflicts. Shadi?
Okay. So I think on I'll pick from personality. So it can be that maybe you're trying to understand. How do I put it now? It can be probably you're trying to understand how you view the person or something like that.
Okay, the person's personality. This person has so much.
Is defined for known as.
And you're having problem with that. This person has so much tease. Why is she having so much tease like this? Why am I not having personality? And the person is to this. All right. Somebody else? Yes, Adebayo. Sir. Good morning, sir. Please, how many hours has it been here? Since we started. You people did. Okay. All right, sir. You're welcome, sir.
On personality, this from my own experience so far. The way each personality would take comments, approach, differ. So one of the issues is if the way you take it is different. You can assume that the other person will take it that way. And then when you react in that manner, and I'm going to use myself for example. One of the things that God has let me is even if you abuse me, it doesn't pay me. You understand? So it took me a long time to realize that if you abuse some other people, it pays them. So for me, I can just abuse you and because that, So, but if you don't understand that other person, it could actually be a major source of both in the way you approach things, in the way you do your things, in the way you relate with them. and it could be that bad. You understand? The other guy, you don't know, but the other guy is feeling very comfortable about it. He's eating you every minute. So that would be an issue with personality.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Yes, Bam Bam.
Still on personality, I think because everybody has different types of character based on their temperament. So you have to understand your own temperament and understand the other person's temperament. Because one of the things that you do not get to like new work environment is like don't just do anything at them, but try and like study each person, know their temperament, know how to handle them, just in case any conflict arises. Because people like that, they are hot tempered naturally. So if you don't any small thing like this, the colleague can just slap you. That's the best way to respond. Not like a sandwich. Like slap them, looking at you like this, like what's going on? They're even feeling for you. That you are supposed to be feeling for them, they're not feeling for you. Understanding each person's personality also helps.
Yeah, fantastic. Any other person? Any other thing apart from personality? Oh yeah, Adebayo, don't mind. She has been chancing you since, Abi. Oh yeah.
Interest. So,
Okay.
as regards interest, I'll just use simple examples that we all know. One will be 30 degree Messi, Ronaldo, Tinubu, Itaú. So interest, people have different views. So I feel those views, when you are trying to express those views, they might not see from that angle, and then it may cause conflict between you guys. And you guys are trying to go back and forth, and yeah. So
All right.
that's why I view
Interest. Fantastic. Any other person? Okay, top
When
it.
I speak to ethics, so with regards to ethics, they are for some career, some law and some other careers. For every career, there are ethics applied such. And for every workplace, there are ethics that also bound. So with regards to ethics, that's with regards to I want to use doing the right thing when it is appropriate and that is proportional to what is good to be done at time. And that can cause conflict when there's a conflict of interest. When there are two people who somebody wants to go by blue and the other person is saying, no, let us cut small corner here and see it will still be equal. And the other person probably looking at it ahead and saying, you see what I'm looking at, I'm doing this. Well, just be maybe pound wise, very foolish at the end of the day. So you do all of this and then you still go back and resolve to whatever happened. So ethics to that's what I'm
All right.
To leadership.
Leadership.
So,
Okay.
there are different leadership styles, So if your subordinate do not understand your leadership style, there's going to be conflict. And if, as a leader, you do not understand how to also relate with your subordinates such that they understand you what you want, obviously there's going to be a conflict. So, if, for example, if you expect your subordinate to give you a report in a particular style, there is a way that it appeals to you. So the subordinate should be able to understand the line manager, or okay, this is the way this person wants it. So by the time you understand that, there will be no conflict. If there is no understanding of the leadership style of your leader or your line manager or whoever you are reporting to, then there's going to be conflict.
All right. Fantastic. Thank you all. All right. Yes.
Yeah, I just want to add. So I would like to add to what Mama said in personality. So I think that I think one of the basic problems, or the most, let me use the word. I think one of the problems we have as humans when it comes to conflict is not understanding each other persons and all of that. So I think, like even as we are all gathered in workplaces, I think we will best know how to relate with each other if we can take time to understand how each person is being structured. Okay, like take for instance, now some people are big on this. Maybe some people do not like, maybe when you want to correct them, when you want to tell them this. There's a manner, there's a level of approach, there's a way you table the word. And when you do that way, it's easier for them to get the memo. It's easier for them to get the correction or whatever it is you're trying to tell them. But when it's the other way around, you just throw them off balance and whatever it is you want to say, they don't want to hear, but they're not even listening. They might just listen to you, but the moment they leave there, they flirt after that.
Yeah.
So I think we need to take time to understand each other persons. Like when you understand that, like if I take time now to understand Mr. Abidi now, and he also understands me, I think every other thing is going to be in sync. So that's it. Then I also want to say that I think interest and value are pretty much interwoven with each other, and they are subsumed into each other. So I think personality there is very, very pertinent, like when it comes to human relation and all of that. Yeah, so
All right, thank you, everyone. All right, interests. We've all spoken well. Interests. Everyone's interest differs. Have you ever gone to beer parlor before and see the way they are arguing about football or politics? We all have different teams that we are supporting. And sometimes I wonder, at the end of the day, especially when it has to do with football, though it has reduced now, maybe because you see people fighting and they're blowing themselves and this thing, you know. I don't know, that's why I said maybe it has reduced.
Yeah, partner is small. Newspaper joint.
People are arguing. Your interest differs. But everybody, now want to impose your own interest on this person's own. We all have things that makes us happy. We all have things that we value in people. We all have things that we look up to and support. You know, but when you understand this person's interest, yes, our own perspective, we have divergent view of perspective. We have different views about it. If you put 9 now, but because this place is small, so I wanted to do it, but if you put 9 here now, and somebody is standing here, we see it as 9. But if I turn this way, I'll be looking at this same thing as 6. So for you to understand that this is my own view, don't impose it on me, your own view on me. Just say, oh, okay, we are all right. Looking different views and looking at, okay, what's the main objective? The main objective, I never seen that, especially in politics, I've never seen anyone that says Nigeria must be destroyed. Nobody is saying, oh, we must destroy Nigeria, but they say, hey, I support APC. I support Obi, I support this. Everybody, the same thing is that we're all working towards the betterment of Nigeria. So why don't you understand this person's view, interests, and understand this person's own too, and just agree with the person and say, okay, we are all working towards the same goal. Values. Our values differs. Like I said, somebody says, you must call me auntie. This person says, somebody says, you must greet me in the morning before you. I've seen a case in a house where somebody is paying somebody's school fees. You brought, Nigeria now, African, you have your relative that you bring home to come and stay with you and all that. And this person, because this person is greeting this person, at a point in time, the person stopped greeting. And he says, if you don't greet me, you can't be in my house. I will not pay your school fees. And this wahala went on for a very long time. And this person grew up with that and went outside with it and said, if you don't greet me, nothing for you. That's the thing that the person has grown up with. And the way we acquire our values differs. Our environment changes us. When we grow up, where we grew up, our parents also gave us some values. It is only when you now begin to grow up and say, no, what my parents gave me, I think I need to sieve it. Because they made us a particular structure and says, this way it is. But when you begin to grow and say, oh, if I go this way, this thing will not pay me. Let me do this way. Let me bend a little bit. Or begin to shape some things a little bit. There's this Wasiu song and I used to listen. It says, please, Tolu will help me to interpret. Or Tokwe. It says, Ati bi mi no, Mama ti bi mi no, I'm no matuktura ni bi, or something like that. That says, my parents are giving birth to me. But as I grow up, as I grow in life, I must also give birth to myself. What exactly do I want to see in myself? What are those things that are... Sorry? Exactly. What are those things that, if I don't take care of them, will affect me in the future? A lot of us grew up with generational quarrel, conflicts. Don't talk to this family. This family are the one that did this to my parents. These families are the one that, exactly, this person is a witch. This person is this. Those are the way we grew up. Exactly. God bless you. We we grow up with that, and we passed it on to our own children too. And these things begin to affect them, either we like it or not. It begins to affect them. So it is not left for us to say, no, we need to break this pattern. This negative pattern that is affecting you. You will not see your, a lot of us come from a polygamous family. You will not see your cousins in high place because your parents have told you, don't talk to this person. This person was the one that don't allow me to get to this. Then you begin to hold it. And that person can do something to you, but you don't want to go there. And it could help you because of conflicts, generational conflict that you have acquired from your parents, values. So when we grow up, those values that we hold dear to ourselves, and you get to a workplace and you know that these values don't pay me,